morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is May 8th. Lisa, Lydia, Scott with you here on this Finally Friday. We'll get your news and weather headlines in a minute. Just want to remind you right off the top, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning. Love it when you join us live. Leave us a comment. But if it doesn't work for you, it stays on your feed. So watch it whenever it works best for you, or check it out as a podcast. Just go to inforum.com/podcast and look for the Inforum Minute.
All right, today overall going to be all right for us as far as the temperatures go. Wind is going to be an issue. Also, that leads to fire danger too.
Yeah, we're still in fire season. It's really dry outside. Relative humidity down to about 20% today. Strong winds out of the northwest, gusting 35 to 40 miles an hour. And so a lot of us are under a red flag warning. It has been expanded, so now it includes a lot of my Minnesota counties too. Places like Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, all included in a red flag warning, as well as the original spots, Fargo, Valley City, Jamestown, Wapton, all the way over through Ellendale, included in the red flag warning. Starts at 11 o'clock this morning and lasts until 8 p.m. tonight. So pretty much all day.
Yeah.
Where we have to be really careful with anything sparky. Even if you're not included in the red flag warning, I still wouldn't have a bonfire, do outdoor burning today. So be very careful with anything fire-ish, because that wind could easily make a fire spread and become hard to manage. Yep. Otherwise, temps today making up into the 60s to near 70, close to 60 up north, closer to 70 in the south. It'll be windy, but overall a comfortable day. Okay. If you don't mind a little bit of wind, then it's a lot of wind.
We're used to
it. It's not that bad of a day. Yeah. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, and we'll watch for a cold front to move in tonight. That'll bring in a chance at some showers. Starts up Devils Lake, Rolla, Langdon, 7-ish, between 5 and 7, I would say, and then spreads to the southeast through the late evening into the overnight. For Grand Forks, Fargo, closer to after sunset time until we see those showers move through. Spreads down to the southeast, moves through Lakes Country overnight. Most of it gone in the middle of the night, long gone before sunrise, which is good news for the early morning fishing forecast for Minnesota's fishing opener. Now, if you're one of the go-hards that goes at midnight tonight, which there are. Oh, yeah. There are people that do. Mm-hmm. Yep, so there will be some showers midnight to about 2 a.m. that we'll have to watch out for. I'm not too concerned about lightning, especially once it gets to the Minnesota side. Should be just a few light showers. Up to about 1/4 of an inch in most spots, 1/10 to 1/4. Isolated a little higher if you can get a thunder shower, but the likelihood of that is closer up toward about the Devils Lake Basin, so far away from Lakes Country. That'll all clear out tomorrow. Partly cloudy, a little cooler than on the other side of the cold front. Highs in the 50s for the weekend. Light jacket weather. It's not terribly cold, but it's also not super warm. Mm-hmm. Mix of sun and clouds, still kind of breezy on Saturday. Calmer winds. Not calm, but calmer for your Sunday. I still think you'll notice the Mother's Day breeze, but it won't be as gusty as today and not as tomorrow either. Next week, pattern shift, we start warming up. 60s Monday, Tuesday, 70s about Wednesday, Thursday, near 80 by Friday.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Working in some warmer air. With that pattern change, we might see a few more rain chances too. And just with the heat, the instability, the energy in the atmosphere, some of that could be thunderstorm activity. So we might look, feel, and sound a little more summer-like next week.
Alrighty.
Okay. Me too. That's all. Thanks.
Thanks, Lydia.
Okay, we're tracking breaking news out of northern Minnesota this morning. A deadly crash involving a motorcycle and 2 other vehicles. The crash happened Thursday evening about 4.5 miles southeast of Roseau. What we've learned so far, a motorcycle collided with a pickup. A car was also involved in the crash. A 49-year-old man from Badger, Minnesota was on the motorcycle. The pickup was driven by a 53-year-old man from Roseau, and the car was driven by a 21-year-old woman. We are still working to learn who died in this crash. The Minnesota State Patrol says it will release the names of the people involved tomorrow.
And 2 people are seriously hurt after a DUI crash in Richland County. North Dakota Highway Patrol says that the crash happened a little after 11:30 last night, about 3 miles north of Christine. Troopers say a 20-year-old West Fargo woman was driving when she went off the road while going around a curve. And also there was a passenger. There was a 19-year-old woman from Moorhead. They were taken to Sanford by an ambulance. The driver was flown to Sanford, both serious injuries. The driver is charged with driving under the influence and criminal vehicular injury.
Another apparent suicide is being investigated at the Devils Lake Jail. It's the second one at the jail in 3 months and the third one since 2023. The Ramsey County Sheriff is not releasing many details right now other than saying it is investigating the suicide of a 46-year-old man. Stick with the news leader for updates on this story.
A convicted murderer is accused of leading a drug ring from inside a California prison, trafficking meth into Fargo. Nathan Papez is accused of directing his wife and others to distribute meth across the country. New federal court documents tell us that more than 60 pounds of meth were distributed in Fargo over just the last year. The co-conspirators are all accused of sending meth from Los Angeles by U.S. mail, while papists directed them from prison using contraband cell phones. So we'll continue following that story as we get more information and as it goes through the court proceedings.
And of course, Lydia mentioned this, but this weekend, a big weekend for anglers. Minnesota lakes and rivers will be packed for the Minnesota fishing opener. All the action starts at midnight tonight, and there will be people out on the water. I know my brother-in-law doesn't miss it. And as always, fishing opener lines up with Mother's Day weekend. So maybe, plan something nice for mom. A lot of moms like to fish, so it's not crazy.
Good time to spend some time with family too, that kind of thing.
Exactly. So get out on the water, but also don't forget to celebrate Mom this weekend.
That's right. All right, this morning we're working to learn more about a major cybersecurity breach that's impacting schools across the country. It involves Canvas, that's a learning management system that's also used by Fargo Public Schools and many others across the country. The hacker group, Shiny Hunters, claims to have stolen data from roughly 275 million users. Fargo Public Schools says they're working with Canvas to figure out what data was stolen and what's intact or if things are compromised. We've also reached out to Moorhead Public Schools to see if they've been impacted by it.
All right. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. Have a great weekend.